Today we're talking with Audrey Monroe. She's a registered dietitian and director of nutrition with the Kansas Beef Council. She's here to tell us a little bit about her career path to become a dietitian. What made you decide to become a dietitian?
Well, there's a lot of misinformation out there about diet and health and the types of foods we should be eating. And so I wanted to do a part in helping educate the masses about the role of their diet in optimal health. I also like to help people, so this seemed like an ideal career for me.
What is the educational background you followed to become a dietitian?
You know, I took a little bit different of a path than most people. I went to college at Kansas State University and majored in agricultural communications and journalism and public health nutrition. So I actually didn't major in dietetics during my undergraduate degree. Took more of an emphasis on food safety, did some internships in college with USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service, taking a look at foodborne diseases like E. coli and Salmonella. So that was really my interest area at that point in time. I went to work right out of college in Denver, Colorado, and actually worked in public relations and issues management for about 5 years. And while I was doing that, decided I really wanted to go back and become a registered dietitian. So I took the courses that I needed through Kansas State's distance dietetics program, and then graduated with that degree and completed my dietetic internship, which is a requirement to become a registered dietitian in Denver. I did that with Tri-County Health Department, which was a public health-based internship. We did lots of unique rotations, including things like the WIC program. We worked with community gardens and also the homeless population in Denver. So it was a really fun and unique opportunity.
Since becoming a dietitian, where has your career led you?
Well, I now work for the Kansas Beef Council, and that's a really unique job. It combines a lot of human nutrition research, looking at things like the role of protein in an optimal diet, and also this new area that Americans are interested in, which is where our food comes from. So I kind of straddle the line between nutrition of beef, talking about that to our population, and also the production side of things, so how our food is produced.
How has becoming a dietitian shaped your life?
You know, nutrition and optimal health is everywhere in life. From a personal standpoint, I have a 7-month-old daughter, and am very interested in how to introduce solid foods to her and what foods to introduce first and second and so on, all the way to things at our church potluck picnics, for example, helping inform other members of our congregation of some healthy dishes to bring. So I think health and nutrition can influence every single aspect of our daily life. And I'm also a huge foodie, so I like to try new foods, and when I travel, try out different regional cuisine and get out there and see what all is available.
What advice do you have for a student interested in pursuing a career in nutrition or dietetics?
You know, I would say at the high school level specifically, get out there and learn a lot of different viewpoints. There's a lot of infancy to the field of dietetics. It's a pretty new science, and there's a lot of conflicting viewpoints. One day the science might say one thing about a food product, and the next day the science might say something else. So really get out there and learn a variety of viewpoints, especially early on in your career. And then the other thing would be to really learn where your food comes from. I think that's an area that our profession is starting to see the public have more and more questions about where their food comes from and how it's produced. So getting that solid foundation in things like agriculture would be a step up in the dietetics profession.
Why is it important to follow My Plate recommendations and eat a variety of foods?
You know, a few different reasons. I guess one would be that eating should be a pleasurable experience. It should be fun. So adhering to a very strict diet takes a lot of that pleasure out of eating, and then you're not as likely to continue to follow that diet. Another reason is, like I mentioned earlier, nutrition is a very new science, and we're continually discovering what different nutrients are doing for our bodies. So if you eat a variety of different foods in your diet, you're sure to capitalize on that benefit of getting certain nutrients from certain foods.
Thanks for being with us here today. It was really interesting to learn about your career path.
Thank you.